So this fall, I think, represents a big opportunity for the Democratic Party here in New Hampshire and around the country. And it's not just a chance to defeat Republicans and take back the House and take back the Senate and take back our country. It's also an opportunity to take back the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party over the last 20 or 30 years has been taken over by corporate Democrats and Rockefeller Republicans. And they've moved this party so far to the right that FDR would not recognize this party. And how has this happened? It's happened because they've fallen under the spell of Wall Street money. Dirty Wall Street money, funding these campaigns, all their TV ads and their signs and all the like. And so when it comes down to it, they vote for Wall Street over Main Street. So what we have now with these corporate Democrats and these Rockefeller Republicans is this weird mix of social liberalism and crony capitalism. Who wants to vote for that? What regular person on the street says, you know what I really want is unlimited abortion mixed with no economic opportunity for me, my family, or my kids? Nobody says that, right? And that's not the message that the Democratic Party should be delivering. So what we can do is actually nominate Democrats to run in the Democratic for the Democratic Party. And what does a Democrat look like? Well, I think a Democrat looks like someone who has a coherent liberal vision for this country. For me, that means a couple of things. First, it means supporting truly universal, not-for-profit health care as a guaranteed right of citizenship. And what that means next is let's support Medicare for all. I think that's the next logical step to get us there. But in the long run, what I'd like to see is a national health system in this country, like they have in every other country in Western Europe. And I've been thinking a lot lately about Italy. So Italy is not a stable country, right? They just had an election, and the result was no result. They can't form a government. They don't know what's going on there. And that happens all the time in Italy. And their government is not stable, their bureaucracy is not stable, and yet they have the second-ranked healthcare system in the world. They spend less than 9% of their GDP on healthcare, and their average life expectancy is 84 years. In the United States, we spend 18% of our GDP on healthcare. We have the 37th ranked health system in the world, and the average life expectancy here is 78 years. So the difference between having national health and not is 6 years of your life. Selling out to these insurance companies and the big pharma is stealing 6 years from your life, of the one life you're ever going to have. 6 years taken away from you. And that's morally wrong, and it's economically wrong. So the only way we're going to fix this problem is to take the profit out of the system. Number two, what we got to do is end these wars. We got to end the wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, Syria, anywhere else that they send our servicemen and women. We've been there in Iraq for 15 years. We've been in Afghanistan for 17 years. They're not in our national interest. And I'll never support an offensive operation in this country without a declaration of war. We need to reclaim our Constitution in this country. I think my time just went up, but just to wrap it up, I would say we also need to secure Social Security by lifting the cap on Social Security, make all income susceptible to Social Security taxation. And finally, we got to crack down on the big banks and Wall Street. We just had a bill passed called the Bank Lobbyist Act. Our two Democratic senators voted for that bill. The Congresswoman to our west, Andy Custer, voted for that bill. They're all awash in money from Wall Street. So when it came down to it, they chose Wall Street over all of you. They chose Wall Street over the security of our country and the economic security of each and every one of you and your children and your grandchildren. That is not the Democratic Party. This party was formed to represent the people against banks and against corporations. So when you're looking at a Democratic primary, see where people are getting their money from, see what stances they're taking on Wall Street, because past behavior is the best indicator of future behavior. So if they're taking money from Wall Street, that's who they're going to be voting for. So I ask you to vote for Terence O'Rourke to prevent that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.